oh my, this went longer than what I expected, so this is part two. We'll just kind of finish up going into the evaluation methods. They're broken down on how the different assignments will be broken down for the course itself, so it's fairly comparable what is attributed to the project and what is attributed to the practicum as far as those activities. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overall structure of the course, and I promise this one won't be as long as the last part. I'm just really excited about this course, and I hope that you share the excitement, because it's really a very rewarding relationship that you build with the students, and long-lasting relationships as well. And many of our students will come back to us in the DNP program. So it's kind of the segue to their next step for some of them, and again, making those strong relationships is really invaluable. So with that, in the Start Here section, we have, of course, the syllabus, the matrix, and then the gold standard expectations are listed here, and these are the expectations that we will grade things within 1 week of the due date, and they really like it when it's quicker than that, and respond to emails in a 48-hour period of time or sooner. And again, they do like to have prompt feedback. The other portions include APA tips and guides, and there is a website for the APA manual, and you may have some students who will be working under the 6th edition still, and likely so. Those students who came into the program when the 7th edition came out will be under the 7th edition, but most all of the students to start out with anyway in this course will be in the 6th edition. So this is a resource for the 6th edition, and all they need to do is click on this link and then go to the tutorial, and then they'll get some information on the 6th edition, and know that that's there for them, as well as the APA paper format, and that's in the 7th edition. There's a guided lecture about the 7th edition. Again, for those who are still in the 6th edition, this is the resource for them, and if you want additional information, I can most certainly do that for the 6th edition. There's the library guides, and this is a direct link to the Holman Library, and they'll find this to be very helpful. This is, they can click on any of these links and go directly into the Holman Library. So it's right here in the course and very helpful. Paul Worrell is wonderful, and I would be very proactive and tell the students to reach out to him when they have their topic, because he will help them to really pull out the most the strongest resources for evidence-based practice for a particular topic. So also, there are tutorials that Paul has done for us on searching Ovid and CINAHL. So know that this is here, and sometimes the searches take a huge amount of time, but please let the students know that this is here for them and to help them save time. Of course, here's the ADA statement and academic honesty. So when we dive into the other portions of the course, very basic, the course materials. So we start out with the preceptor data agreement form and the agency information sheet. Those are all things that they should have ready to upload into the course as they get started. And then there's additional information on their practicum form. So it's divided out to the practicum forms in this section, and then here is some of the course activities with tips for success and rubrics. And I would suggest doing a quick video overview of each one of the different rubrics and assignments. That will help as far as them to be successful, knowing exactly what needs to be done, as well as helping you to make grading a little easier as well. So the clinical log itself, just diving into the log, there is the log, and then there's also the rubric on grading the goals and objectives to start out with. But the log itself is fairly self-explanatory. Let's get it up here. And anyway, so the student will actually devise practicum goals and objectives, and they will discuss those with their preceptor. Their preceptor needs to be involved in the process. And then once they start their practicum hours, they will tick and tie with their particular goals and objectives. So for their next practicum date, if this is the date, these are the hours they spent, this is what they did during their practicum, and that met goal 1, objective 1A. So that would have been, their goal would have had to do with maybe communication or something like that, and the specific objective may have been actually participating in leadership rounds and having a debrief afterwards, something like that. So that's how the log should go, and they need to document all their hours on the log itself. So when we go back to course materials, when they get to the project topic and annotated bib, there is a rubric for it. So this is not necessarily a paper, so to speak. Let's get this up. So this does go into what the, now I'm seeing an error on here. I'll need to fix that. But it does go into what specifically is examined for this assignment and what you want to find in the assignment itself. And then back into the course materials, we're getting into the same holds true. There will be rubrics for each one of the different activities. There is a sample institutional review board application, and there are templates for both the informed consent and the debrief that the students need to mimic when they're submitting those documents. And then this gets into the logic model itself. There is a rubric, and I'll be adding the logic model that the students will use. Again, providing an overview of each one of the assignments will be really helpful, and let me know if you have questions about the assignments themselves. And then they'll also be doing a presentation. Again, there's a rubric for that particular presentation. The one nuance is you need to either attend the presentation via Zoom or have the student video their presentation so you can actually grade it. And then there's 6 journal entries. We've talked about that already. Pretty straightforward. There are some guides for them to write their rubrics in addition to, the journals in addition to the rubric itself. And then of course here's the evaluation in the log information as well. So when we get into the assignment links, they're just very basic. It's just where they need to upload each one of those assignments, and they are structured by due date. So we start out this follows the plan for success, and the journal entries are integrated within based on the dates that they're due. So just know that they're all integrated and they're in date order for the student's ease. So if you have any questions whatsoever about this course, please do let me know. But again, I hope you enjoy this course as much as I've enjoyed the practicums in the past, and if I can assist you in any way, please do let me know. Thank you so much. Take care now.